supposed to look at that profile, not that profile. It's all good. Oh my goodness.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right, so it is Friday, January
22nd.
22nd.
And it's crumbs from the Pop-Tarts time.
There we go. Our Friday reflection.
Friday reflection.
Mm-hmm. So
In
you
all
got to
ser-
choose
yeah,
it.
I did. And in all seriousness, if you need to see where the readings are, it's part of the Common Lectionary that you can find online, the Anglican Church, and you can just look up the date. Now there's 4 readings, and we take turns deciding who's going to do what reading. So we look through them and see, I think we kind of, in our heart, what speaks to us. And today, Psalm 31, which is a rather lengthy psalm, so we're not going to read the whole thing. But verses 1 to 5 kind of struck me as something that maybe we need to hear today. Are you going to read?
Sure.
Okay, you can read.
But you know what you forgot to do?
What?
You forgot to light our candle.
Oh, man. Excuse me.
Because we couldn't possibly do Pop-Tarts without our candle being lit. There we go. Thank you.
Wasn't that an exciting moment? Oh, wow. I feel so much better.
I feel so much more in the mood now.
It's all about the mood
Oh,
and the
right.
Bibles.
All right, so Psalm 31, we're gonna be serious here for a moment. This is actually, it's a beautiful psalm of prayer and praise for deliverance from enemies. So this is to the leader, the Psalm of David. In you, O Lord, I seek refuge. Do not let me ever be put to shame. In your righteousness, deliver me. Incline your ear to me, rescue me speedily. Be a rock of refuge for me, a strong fortress to save me. You are indeed my rock and my fortress. For your name's sake, lead me and guide me. Take me out of the net that is hidden for me. For you are my refuge. Into your hand I commit my spirit. You have redeemed me, O Lord, faithful God. Isn't that a lovely song?
I love that. There's a few lines in there that just resonate hope for me, and I think one of them is, take me out of the net that is hidden for me.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes I keep thinking of potholes or pitfalls or yeah, we're gonna fall down some rabbit hole somewhere and get lost, and it's not gonna be pretty. But to know that the Lord is going to be there no matter what, and take us out of that,
Yeah.
and redeem us, take us out. I guess just driving around today before the snow started to fly, and now I can see there's blue sky, that you indeed are my rock and my fortress. And I look at those rocks down at the foot of High Street that are kind of protecting, I guess, the foot. That's when I see a rock and fortress of those huge stones that are put there to save us. Are they impenetrable? Maybe not, but they're a help. And sometimes we just need some help and hope, and I like that. So that's why I picked this. Because just right now, I think with everything that's going on and everything, we're so busy. And today we were even talking about Lent. You know, Lent's coming. And how we're going to make everything work. And sometimes we just need to what net I'm ever in. That's a great metaphor, right? I'm in a net right now. People may not understand that, like playing tennis. But yeah, what net is he going to help me out of? Yeah,
Well, and I like that. I like the imagery of that. When I think about a net and how we get tangled up in that, I think about the tangle of today, right? Like, and the frenzy of activity. So if you ever see anything that's gotten caught up in a net, what makes it so much worse is writhing around, right? Struggling and flailing and your arms going everywhere, or fins, right? And I'm thinking of turtles that get caught up in these nets, right? And the more they flail around, the more they get wrapped up, and it gets tighter and tighter, right? And isn't that what our own anxiety and wondering and worry and angst do to us? It gets us caught up tighter and tighter into these nets of despair.
But nets can also save us, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a friend of mine on Facebook who does a lot of trapeze work, and that's the thing she loves. And I always think, okay, but there's a safety net.
Mm.
There's a net that actually saves her from going splat.
Yeah.
But which is not a good thing. But there's a safety net as well. So a
Mhm.
net can be harmful, but it can be helpful as well.
Mhm.
So I wonder if you're caught up in a safety net too much, that you're never going to experience the world. You know what I mean? Like you're just wrapped up in that net, and you're cozy and you're held in and it's all comfortable and it's safe and it's all great, but you never have the opportunity to go outside of that net and experience what life can really be like.
Mm.
I just thought of that. I thought, a net isn't always a bad thing.
No,
A net can
no,
be a helpful
but a
thing.
net is never anything that we're meant to stay within.
No.
Whether
no.
it's keeping us from going splat,
Yeah.
or it's keeping us from going free,
Yeah.
right? A net is not something that we're meant to reside in, but what we're always meant to reside in is trust in God.
Right.
And isn't that
Yeah.
what David proclaims
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
He is proclaiming a trust in God.
Yeah.
It's his prayer, right, for deliverance.
Mhm.
Whatever he's been caught up in or, held tight in, his trust, his safety net is truly God, and that's his foundation, that's his rock.
Yeah, that's his rock and foundation.
And when I think of rocks, what I think about is the rock that we set our table up. Remember the first time we did our
yeah.
baptism down at the lake, right? I mean, the next year it was
Yeah.
way too out of the
Yeah,
water.
out of the water.
But
Yeah.
there's that
Yeah.
rock that we stand on. We set our table,
Yeah.
we set the towels,
Mhm.
everything we needed there for the baptism, right?
Yeah, was on that rock.
The concrete things that we needed.
Yeah.
But what were we really doing? We were putting ourselves into the hands of God because our trust truly was with God.
Right. And I think one of the things that when we trust, sometimes we want things, and even in Psalm, the second verse is, incline your ear to me, rescue me speedily. I think we're a now generation
Mm-hmm.
because of technology. We want it now. And I'm wondering if that's why some of the lament right now over the vaccines aren't coming fast enough. We want it now because that's right now our light at the end of the tunnel. We're seeing that as a possibility to get rid of some of this angst that we're living in and rid of, so we can live again. And we
Yes.
feel that we're not living. That's a conversation for another whole day, okay? We'll just let that go. But I think the saying, I want it speedily, but we know God's time is not our time.
That's right.
So having that plea to say speedily, I don't know what that looks like. I'm trying to figure that out. Like, sure, we want things now. I'd love to have things now, but sometimes it's better to wait and better to think and pray and contemplate and get yourself out of that net so you can really see. But it takes time.
It does take time. And, as you say that, I think about how our prayer, especially in the context of what we're going through now, our prayer is not just for us.
Right.
Our prayer is for everyone, right?
Yeah.
And so this speedily,
Yeah.
almost it's globally, right? So that it's not just me when I put my head down at night, that I know that there is safety,
Yeah.
or there is a cessation of whatever it is that's been dragging my day. But that calm, that protection,
Yeah.
that deliverance is there for everyone.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I jump from speedily to globally, but I think it's just in that wave of.
But if
I've
something
seen
happens
something-
globally, it's gonna happen fast.
Oh
right?
yeah, well,
And we saw
Yeah.
how fast that can
Yeah.
happen.
well, and look at how fast the vaccinations were created.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people who are worried about that, but what we did, or what the experts did, was they built on the expertise
Yeah.
and the knowledge and the skill and the base that they already had.
Yeah.
And so when we prayed for speedily,
Mhm.
man, I don't know, but
That
I
was-
think that was pretty
That was
speedy.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think also when we look at something happening fast, it doesn't happen in a silo. It happens
Yeah.
with the collective and
Yes.
the community. and that's my personal theology always, is that we have to work together as a
Yes.
community to make something happen
Yes.
and recognize each other's strengths. And I think that's where, you know, the psalm writer is appealing to God that the Lord is with him no matter what, so he's not alone, and that he is going to come out of that net and be a better person,
Yeah.
and acknowledge that he is faithful to his God, and that's part of his community. And I think that's pretty cool.
Very cool, very cool. And
Awesome.
I think that probably wraps up our reflection for this Friday.
Another great session with Reverend Carrie and Reverend Annie, the crumbs from the Pop-Tarts.
That's right. So please take care. Stay home, right? Stay home, stay safe, wear your masks when you're out, wash those hands, but continue to have faith in a God whose deliverance is always with us. And whether your net be one that ensnares you or one that protects you, our true faith is in the one who walks with us daily. So God bless. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Yes,
Yeah.
here we are.
Bye-bye
Yeah.
now.